Hey everyone, welcome to my channel Byte. Today we are going to talk about Engel's classification of malocclusion. Engel's classification of malocclusion in the 1890 was an important step in the development of orthodontics because it not only subdivided major types of malocclusion but also included the first clear and simple definition of normal occlusion in the natural dentition. Engel postulate was that upper first molar were the key to occlusion and that upper and lower molars should be related so that the mesiobuccal cusp of the upper molar occludes in the buccal groove of lower molar. If the teeth were arranged on smoothly curving line of occlusion with this molar relation where mesiobuccal cusp of upper first molar occludes with the buccal groove of lower molar with the smooth curving line of occlusion, this is called as normal occlusion, the definition given by Engel. This statement, which hundreds years of experience has proved to be correct, except when there are aberrations in the size of teeth, brilliantly simplified normal occlusion definition given by Engel. Engel then described three classes of malocclusion based on occlusal relationship of the first molar. One is so there are four classes of occlusion. One is normal occlusion, consider one that is considered as normal occlusion, and the other three are considered as malocclusion. So Engel's classification of malocclusion has four classes. First is normal occlusion, second is class 1 occlusion, third is class 3 occlusion, and third is class 2 occlusion, and fourth is class 3 occlusion. These are the four classes of Engel's classification of malocclusion. Talking about the normal occlusion, what is normal occlusion according to Engel? As Engel described, when the mesiobuccal cusp of upper molar occludes in the buccal groove of lower molar with the smooth curving line of occlusion, it is called as normal occlusion. This is considered as ideal occlusion according to Engel. Second classification of Engel is class 1 malocclusion. In class 1 malocclusion, there is normal relationship of molar. As you can see, the mesiobuccal cusp is in the buccal groove of lower molar. The mesiobuccal cusp of upper molar is in the buccal groove of lower molar. But line of occlusion is incorrect because of malpose teeth, or there may be rotation or maybe other causes that destroys the line of occlusion. So that goes into class 1 malocclusion when the molar relationship is just fine but the line of occlusion is not okay. Going toward the second class of Engel's classification of malocclusion, that is class 2. In class 2, the molar relationship is like the distobuccal cusp of upper first molar is in the buccal groove of lower molar. And the line of occlusion may or may not be oriented, that is not specified according to Engel, but the basis of class 2 malocclusion is that this buccal cusp of upper first molar lies in the buccal groove of lower molar, as opposite to the when in class 1 or normal class, molar relationship was like that mesiobuccal cusp was in the buccal groove, but in class 2 distobuccal cusp is in the buccal groove of lower molar. Going towards the fourth classification of malocclusion, that is class 3. In class 3 malocclusion, the mesiobuccal cusp of upper first molar lies behind the distobuccal cusp of lower molar. as you can see there in the diagram, and the occlusion line is not preferred in class 2 or class 3 of classification of mole occlusion. It is considered in the class 1 of mole occlusion and normal classification. So the basis of class 2 and class 3 mole occlusion is on the relationship of molar, and there you can see that major buccal cusp lies behind the distal buccal cusp of lower molar. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment.